Alright, happy Friday to everybody. Jeffrey's coming from the garage again. Just another Friday, first day off for the week. Got some projects planned here, so we gotta get some stuff done around the house. But anyways, this goes on. This is like my second test on this Action 5 camera. Just wanting to know to see how the mic does. The first test we did was at my son's concert, and I thought it performed pretty good, so I'm pretty happy with it. But anyways, we're going to take this thing in the front yard and kind of give you an overview of what we'll be doing today. And anyways, for everything we do, I mean, it's always safety first. Our project, one of the projects today is actually trimming up our front yard, our trees and bushes and stuff. And I'll show you the start of it and what's caused me to want to kind of hit that today. Because to me, it's getting a little overgrown. But anyways, like I said, safety first. We got our safety goggles and then some gloves because these brush branches get kind of sharp. I think we'll grab ourselves, we got a 55-gallon plastic bag we can put all our refuse in. But anyways, I mean, normal tasks, you can use just about anything around the house. I mean, I've used saws, but I mean, my favorite tool is to trim these things up. This little branch cutter here, I'll use quite a bit. And then I've got one of these that's a Works hedge trimmer, and I've had this thing for years and I love it. I mean, it works great. Never had any problems with it. I mean, the only maintenance I've ever done to it is just add a little bit of oil here on the tines every so often when it gets kind of dry and crusty. But yeah, we'll go ahead and get on to it. I'll show you what I'm battling today here. Kind of drove me this morning, went out to walk the dogs here, and as you can see, we're a little overgrown. So our project here, we're just gonna kind of trim things up and make it look neat and pretty. I mean, these bushes I trim probably usually spring and fall because they get a little overgrown. Sometimes the fall goes into right before Christmas when I hang the lights up, but my goal this year is to kind of get that trimmed up now so we don't have to worry about it when it's colder out. But as you can see, we got branches touching the house, and I like to have a little more space. It ain't too bad. We'll probably just trim it up lightly in between the bush and the house, but this is what we're going to be working on today here. So we'll go ahead and get started and kind of just let you watch. Either stay tuned or go to a different channel. I mean, choice is yours. I mean, for these lower branches here, you got a couple options. Either hand trim with the cutters or go from there. I mean, I've used the hedge trimmers too. It works pretty quick. Makes an easy job of it, but we'll see. I think we'll try trimming up some of these branches here and go from there. And situations like this, I think we need probably a cameraman. But, and it's usually better if you can do it without, not after it just rains, but we're gonna get a little wet here. And it'd probably be good of me just to have a bag ready here, just to kind of stuff as we go. And I may do that because I hate bending over and picking up stuff. Like I said, I'm not a gardener or a lawnmower expert or landscaper. Just play one on TV every now and then. But yeah, we'll go ahead and trim these bushes or branches down. Now let me grab that bag. So we got ourselves not only a bag but a ladder. See if we can get a better angle with the camera here. But yeah, so we had my granddaughter's birthday party last week, so we had to buy contractor bags. And I don't sell these things either in the 5 or a 10 pack. You got to buy the big old 30 pack of them. So we got plenty of these to use up. Figured we'll use it for the lawn stuff. Yeah, a whole lot easier if you clean as you go than versus at the end where you got a big mess to pick up and you spend hours doing that. That's the way I like to roll. Alright, looking at what we got here going on. I think we'll trim these bigger ones and then we'll kind of shape with the hedgers, so kind of go from there. I think this one here will kind of clip where it kind of branches out into 2-3 different branches at this end. Like I said, I'm no professional, so I mean, we're just kind of just cutting where we think we need to cut and trim it up. I mean, if it looks ugly, it'll always go back out. It's like a bad haircut. We're gonna have to take some off the top of this thing too, I think. I know 2 years ago I trimmed it up a little too much and ended up having a section of this bush here die off, so This is the first year it's actually come back pretty good. It's been almost 2 seasons since I had to trim this thing. So it's been kind of a nice relief here. And I do have lights in here, so we gotta kind of have to watch electricals. Oh yeah, cleared up our walkway a little bit here. Got a couple low branches here. Try not to take too much off this thing, but we got to take some of it off. It's just getting too uncontrollable. Not too enough. Gotta have some feelings for the Amazon dude and UPS guys. I mean, no one like hates walking through bushes and getting wet, especially after it rains. I mean, you're soaked. You can tell here I am soaked. Yeah, I think we'll start on one side and kind of work our way out. See if we can get these upper ones here. I may use the trimmer on that just to simplify the process. Yeah, this is a battery operated. I love this thing. I had it for years. Definitely would recommend. Works for any type of outdoor tool that you have. Usually it doesn't do too well on these thicker branches. That's why I brought the clippers out here, but we'll kind of give it a go. I want to kind of watch where my light wires are here, and the goal is to kind of keep this thing on the inside of our sidewalk here. I just kind of try to keep it looking level. It doesn't look like it's doing too well here, but and we can always step back, take a look at, and even it out if we have to. I think that's where I went wrong that one year. I just didn't know when to stop. And that's kind of hard sometimes when you're doing these things. Sometimes it's better just to kind of leave it as is and go from there. I don't see any lights. I think I only went up to probably about here with the lights last time I got. Oh, and I put them on. It's like our third set of lights, I believe, on this front tree. And we do it year round. I like the way it looks. Lights up the walkway here a little bit. And for this side here, we're just trying to kind of trim it so it's not touching the house. I think that'll do for now on this one, that center one here. We'll pick up our branches and continue. We've got this hedge up here in front, and then there's a hedge kind of similar. It started off with 3 separate ones, and it's kind of growing into similar like what this one here is. Looking at in the front, if you can see, formed one big old solid hedge. But I mean, I think we did all right trimming it up. Doesn't look bad. Kind of tamed everything down, and the walkway's a lot better on this side. And that hedger's with the trimmer, you would think it'd eat it up pretty quick, but usually I can do a majority of the work on one battery, which is kind of unreal. And I mean, it beats having something plugged in or a gas one where it's so loud that you can't even hear what you're thinking while you're doing some work. So I've loved that Works trimmer. Like I said, I've probably had it for almost 15 years now. Works like a champ. As you can see, I mean, the bushes don't look too bad. Just got a couple odd balls just kind of sticking up here and there. And since we're out here, we might as well just take care of it. So this is the first bush section. As you can see, you can almost see where the three bushes were separate here. Been kind of, well, we've been in the house for over 10 years. And kind of letting these bushes kind of grow together like the other ones did. Seems to help. We had an ice storm and it kind of damaged quite a bit of these, and we had to cut them down quite a bit, but it's come back quite a bit. So let's see if we can get a somewhat decent angle. Alright, yep. And for this here, I use a lot of trimmers. We got some kind of weird berry bush. Go ahead and snap that one off. Wish the roots would have pulled up on it, but it is what it is. So normally I just like to kind of start at the top and work my way down. Really don't have any good advice on it. You just do the best you can with what you got and try to keep your hedger as level as possible. So we'll go ahead and give this thing a roll. Now, if I was paying somebody to do this, I'd probably be a little pissed. We'll see what we can do to kind of even this out. We'll probably do some shaping on it, and I'd like to get this set away from the tree a little bit, so we're going to probably have to cut a little bit on this end here. Let's see if we can... let's start on this end here. Like I said, we're testing this camera, so I mean, if this video isn't posted, the reason why is probably because it didn't turn out, or the angle shots just didn't work out as what I wanted. And alright, this one here is sitting actually pretty good far from the wall, so the last time I turned it up I did a pretty good job. Like I said, I'm no professional, we're just doing what we gotta do to get it done. And we'll go ahead and trim out this side here. I mean, it's not a straight bush, so we'll probably put a little bit of a curve into it, but we'll make it look somewhat decent. So we'll probably end up curving this thing out a little bit. For contouring. Alright, so on this half here, we'll probably, like I said, kind of curve it. As you can see, it's a little tight by the tree here. We want to give it a little bit of space. I like having some space and some separation. I mean, looks kind of odd with this one out way here, so we'll even it out and go from there. Or not try to even out, because there's no way I'd have to take one bush out here, but we'll cut her down. And kind of do like we did on that other side, just kind of contour it a little bit on the top. I spent 20 years in the military and I really don't like flat tops. Never did. Had a couple of them while I was in and they served their purpose, but to me it just doesn't look good. I like kind of a little bit of a round effect going on. I'll kind of show you the progress here, and we got a little bit more room in there. It looks a little bit clean, trim. Take a look at this back section here again. But I mean, bird's eye view. I mean, give me an honest opinion in your comments, but it is what it is. I'm not a professional. I'm just kind of trying to do this to make things look a little bit cleaner and neater and not so clustered. But I think we did pretty good trimming this thing up. We'll go ahead and kind of take a look at it from the back side here. See if we need to do anything. I think it could. We'll probably round or contour that top edge a little bit here. And yeah, I think that's all we're going to do to this one here. I like doing a light trim. May try to even out this end a little bit. Looks like it's sitting a little high, but yeah, hit that point where the more you cut, probably the more damage or worse it'll look. So I think we'll kind of stop on this bush for now here. I think it looks pretty decent. I would go with that. I'd pay somebody, I don't know, $50, who knows, but to me that's pretty decent. That center tree there is looking pretty good. I liked having it trimmed down. It'll make hanging lights this Christmas time a lot easier. So let's go ahead and see what we can do with this big bush in the front. Kind of give you a walk around of what I'm working with here. And the sun's coming up, so it's starting to heat up a little bit. We'll see. Want to finish. I've got the front 2 bushes here. Then we got some small ones. Anyways, as you can see, it's needs to be trimmed up and tidied up a little bit. Make it look a little pretty. And I'd like to get it away from the house a little bit. It's sitting a little too tight. So we'll see if we can set up a camera and just kind of go to town on this bush here, and trying to think where I want to start. And I want to start at the top, kind of work my way around. We'll give you guys a go. But yeah, I don't know if anybody's familiar with these Works trimmers. Pretty simple operation. You've got kind of a safety switch that you got to engage, and then so you release any one of these levers and the thing shuts off. So I mean, it's pretty hard to kind of hurt yourself doing it. So looking at this bush here, looks like the last time I trimmed it, I kind of trimmed it at an angle. So we're going to try to see if we can flatten it out a little bit on this side here in the back. So it looks like I probably need to take it down quite a bit because this front section here sits pretty low. Yeah, we'll go ahead. It needs a good trimming. It's been a while since I've trimmed this bush here, and this one here I like to throw the netting lights on in Christmas time, so it looks pretty cool at night. And as you can see, I like kind of going back and forth across the top, kind of gets the branches. Sometimes when you're cutting, going one way, you bend them so much that they slip underneath the cutters, and they end up having those little onesies or twosie branches sticking up. They're a little bit higher from the rest, and doing it both ways, it gives you a second chance to kind of clip it even. And I mean, the hardest thing is just to keep this thing, the trimmer here, at a 50-degree angle. So, but yeah, we got the front side here. I think it's looking somewhat, it's still got a little bit of a tilt to it. And there, it's not looking too bad. I'd go with that. I think what we're going to do is kind of trim up this front section here, kind of contour it out, see what we can do to make that look a little bit better. So we do have a slight curve in our sidewalk here, so I think I may kind of follow that contour and kind of use that as my plane to kind of keep things kind of straight or curved and look a little contour to the sidewalk here. You guys kind of get a bird's eye view and let me know what you think. I don't know how I'm going to go with that. I kind of like that. Yeah, we'll just continue moving on. And the light in here, I'm sorry, is what it is. We're working with what we got, so we'll just keep going at it. Not too bad. I think we'll kind of contour the edges like we did before. I guess before we hit the front here, we'll go ahead and kind of see what we want to do with this. I mean, it's not really an eyesore, but it doesn't look the greatest, but we'll just kind of even it out, I think is all we're going to go for. Kind of curve this edge up a little bit. I don't know if that did any good or looks much better, but I think we're gonna try to hit the back side. Well, let's finish up the front. We'll trim out that back. Looks a lot flatter than what it did before. I mean, like I said, I'm not a professional. I just kind of get things done when I need to get done. So we'll go ahead and hit this front and kind of let you guys all on watch. So I'll probably end up having to take our chickens out of here. I like having a little bit of extra room. Lawn ornaments, man. Remember when you were single and you didn't have anything? But anyway, so yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll kind of do the same kind of contour that we've been doing everywhere else. And it looks like I gotta pull some weeds. We may do that here since we're out here. And it's technically still not too hot, but we'll see how far we get. We got quite a bit to do, so we'll keep rocking at it. Yeah, tried to round that corner a little bit. I hate having anything square. All right, and we'll contour this top corner. All right, now onto the back here. As you can see, it's getting pretty close to the house. We'll give it some space, kind of even it out a little bit. We're not going for anything too fancy. We're just looking for it to get done. There, I think that looks pretty good. Yeah, as you can see here, we took quite a bit of space. Didn't really cut a whole lot off of it, but kind of trimmed it up pretty nice. I'm gonna head to the other side there and kind of finish as I go. Maybe look at a different camera mount. I think we need something maybe I can strap to my head. Maybe I'll borrow my wife and just kind of take a look. Get a little bit of high and just kind of even it out as you go. But yeah, there you go. I mean, I think it looks a lot better. Is it professional? No, but saved me probably, I don't know how much they charge, 40, 50 bucks an hour, who knows. But yeah, our next stop here is take a good look at this front section. As you can see, it needs to be trimmed pretty good. These bushes tend to go out of control every fall and spring. And I try not to cut them in the winter or in the summer because it's got to be hard on the plant's body itself. But we've got these bushes in here too that we need to trim up, and looks like a start of a oak tree maybe there we got to pull. Yeah, we've got them branching out and kind of hanging against the wood here in the house, and we'll trim it all down. As you can see, that thing gets pretty high. Last time I trimmed, I think I trimmed it to about 7, maybe even 8 foot, and we're probably sitting at, I would say probably 12 foot or a little bit higher. But yeah, we got it touching the house, so we'll go ahead and trim this up. We'll see what kind of pics we get with this. I mean, it is what it is. I don't know where I want to start, but yeah, maybe we'll start on some bushes. Yeah, we've got some cleanup work to do on this side. I'll maybe break from protocol and just kind of go with it. Take a look at where the film is going, and sun is going to be brutal today. Goal is try to get this done as quickly as we can. Looking down here, I think we'll trim up these offshoots that are coming off the tree here. It just looks awful, so maybe we'll start there and kind of work our way up. Pull out the old clippy clips. And I can't overstress enough having safety glasses when you're working with these branches. Doesn't take much for you to turn around and kind of walk right into one of those things. That one just kind of snapped off. It's pretty dead. Get in here and kind of trim the dead. I think at least down below looks somewhat a lot cleaner. We'll take probably straighten out this front edge here and give it a crop top up on top. As you can see, it's looking pretty scraggly, so we'll keep pushing it. I think I'm gonna clean as we go here again and catch you up. Well, I don't know what we recorded and what we didn't, but if it didn't, we'll just give a quick brief cap here. We're trimming up these bushes here, and we're just starting on this one side and kind of working our way around. I want to get away from the house here a little bit. As you can see, some of these branches are kind of touching, so we'll just keep on pressing here. And I think what we'll kind of do is just kind of round it around, and then we'll just flat top it or cut the top down as best we can. I want to try to see if I can get it down to about 6 foot. No taller than 7 is the goal. I think that'll work. Let's see if we can trim this top down a little bit. Kind of take a side look at what we got going on. I think we maybe can come a little bit more off on this side. Yeah, let's get up on top, see what we can trim down. The old trusty ladder I've had for probably it's probably as old as my son. And it's just like anything else, folks, just safety first here. We'll kind of take an eyeball of where we want to trim down to and go from there. Like I said, I want to say it's about 6 foot. I think we may use the ladder to kind of adjustivate, kind of trim up best we can. And it's just like with the hedge itself, you want to kind of try to keep it as even as you can. I mean, you do the best you can. If you can't get it flat, then my best suggestion is just kind of round it out. And this is, I think, what we may do here. But yeah, let's go as far as you can reach and don't extend past what you feel comfortable, because that's where most people fall off ladders. And that looks somewhat pretty good. I would call that presentable. We'll see if we can change some angles here and get this other side. All right, we'll see if the sun wreaks havoc on us, but we'll keep going like we can here. And like I said, I think we will, let's try out the side first, start there, and kind of work our way around. And I guess by starting with the side kind of gives you a little more room to get your ladder a little bit closer to get that top section. Would be my only recommendation from starting from the side or down side up. Let's see what we got for room to play with here. I want to make sure people can see you from the road. Go ahead and see if we can get on top and trim what we can trim there. Not looking too bad. We may have to go back in and kind of even things out a little bit on this one. I mean, these bushes, I don't like them, but we tend to keep stuff here just because I don't know what else I want to put in here. So let's go ahead, see if we can move this camera a little bit, not get attacked by branches, damage the camera. All right, we'll head back up on top and give her a good go. Good old college try here. And like I said, you're just eyeballing it, trying to make it look somewhat even, decent. And I think we got the top pretty much covered here. I would be pretty happy with that. As far as the distance, we're looking at probably, I'm 5'6", so we're under 7 foot, so I'm happy. And I think all we're gonna do here is just kind of even it out a little bit, make it look good. Move this camera angle a little bit. Hopefully, keep it out of the sun. So far, I think I've got, this is the start of my second bag. All right, let's trim up this side here, and I think we may be done with this tree, and we can move on. Can I take a look at, I think we're pretty good on the back side of the house. Nothing's touching, so I'm happy with that. Yeah, we'll kind of take a step back and look at what we got here. Yeah, I think we're looking a little high on the left-hand side here. See if we can trim that bad boy down just a smidge. Give her another look. See, yeah, I think we're a little high on this side here. We'll give her a quick trim down and call it good. I think we're happy with that. We'll go with it. We'll hit these little bushes here next, I think, and kind of work our way to the last bush here. And goal is, I think, with both these bushes is kind of trim them to look somewhat similar. The chance of you getting perfect are probably slim to none. So yeah, let me grab my clippers here. I got a tree that's been growing up here, a little oak tree. Kind of trim that down. Some of these bushes out of the way here. Go ahead and get our trimmer going here. All right, let's get this bad boy in the middle. And we'll give her a buzz job here. Let's hit this last one here, which is my major concern. As you can see here, it's right up against the house. And we'll even up the top on this one. I'm not too worried about making sure all these things are the same size. We just want to trim them up. Yeah, all right, I think that'll work. We'll go ahead and kind of take a bird's eye look to see what we did. And I'm somewhat happy. We'll even this side out a little bit. But yeah, I think that'll work. I mean, not the greatest job, but it is what it is, folks. All right, for this one here, I think we'll do like we did on the other one and just kind of trim from the bottom down and work our way up and see where that takes us. And try to stay within the camera realms here. Do our best, but... kind of thinning out a little bit down below here. I think it thinned it out quite a bit on the bottom. I think we'll just start by evening out and go from there. Grab our cutter. Let's go to town. And then this one here, we're going to try to keep it about the same distance, about 6 to 7 foot in height, just so it doesn't look weird. Yeah, we'll go ahead and kind of keep moving on with this trimming business here. And yeah, we may have to go up top here and take some of that height down, give us a fighting chance here. Well, that's some new yard art. Things you notice. All right, folks, we're just gonna continuing. Looks like we may have to take some of the front off of this one here. Okay, folks, see if we can get you a little bit better angle. Ladder, hopefully is stable enough. That back section may be a little rough to trim down. Let me see if I can get that back section there. All right, see if we can take some of this stuff off the front a little bit better. Yeah, we're gonna see if we can give it a little bit clearance here between the house and the bush. And that other one looked a little flat, so we'll probably kind of go flat with this one too. All right, we're gonna go up on top, hopefully finish this bad boy out, and we'll take a kind of a look-see of what we got going on with this thing. I would call that somewhat pretty good here. We'll just kind of continue even this thing out a little bit. And I think we'll call this done for a project. Yeah, I think we're gonna go with that. See what it looks like as far as straightness. Not bad. Looks a little high on this side. See if we can trim it down a little bit. Maybe I was a little too close to it. I don't know. There really isn't a whole lot of stable ground here. Yeah, I think we're gonna call that as is and go from there. It's starting to warm up out here. I think we're supposed to get into the high 80s, maybe low 90s, and I don't do too well in the sun, so we're gonna kind of call it. We're gonna do some branch cleanup, and I'll probably get on with the camera, kind of show you the end product here, and hopefully we'll have a good start to finish, or a good comparison between what it looked like before and what we got now. But all right, folks, I think we're gonna go out into a quick overview of what we did today and let you guys kind of see what we got going on, or what we did. Anyways, like I told you before, you've seen the previous footage here, trimmed up all these bushes. As you can see, this walkway is nice and clear. Trimmed up the middle little tree here, kind of reshaped the bush out over here, and I think it turned out pretty good. Here's the other view going up into the house. to me, it opens it up. I think the mailman and everybody else will be kind of happy. Didn't do too bad, kind of trimming these trees up. But anyways, take a quick look. Mr. Rooster's got some room to grow. But, I think we did pretty good. Yeah, let me know what you guys think.